one of the things which drove me to pay more attention of Goya and Goya's work was his incredible capability of working with different materials in different areas, and in the structure of his work is based in a more complex of organizing symbols, recognition of the person beside the surface, I can say, not behind. And also his series of drawings, etchings, the Caprichos. This is another reason for me to like Goya's work, because I can see how contemporary he is now, how in say 18th century he had a vision of something what we start touching in 21st century as a movement, as a even movie, and his mind wanted to go beyond the borders of races, beyond borders of class, and to see the human being free.
Hi, I'm Otto Rodriguez, and I will be guiding you through this whimsical documentary about Los Caprichos de Goya.
Francisco de Goya was born in Spain in 1746. In 1799, he became Spanish court painter, and in that same year he published a series of 80 prints called Los Caprichos, or The Caprices. He died in self-imposed exile in 1828 in Bordeaux, France, a disillusioned man, but the first modern painter of our time. The producers of the television program, The Origins of the Cinema, in New York City, contacted the independent film company, Filigrana Productions, and collaborated with them on a documentary about Francisco de Goya. 3 journalists were sent to Spain and California to investigate Goya's masterpiece, Los Caprichos. This documentary questions Goya's link with visual sequence art and the cinema as part of their 200th anniversary.
Beautiful. Look at this.
It is beautiful.
It's amazing, huh?
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Gracias.
Oh my God!
Yes.
What's that?
Ooh, the head!
Gracias.
Ooh.
We saved the ears for Renata.
Otto, you said something about Goya. What was it?
Upon his arrival to Madrid, the legend goes that Goya used to wash dishes in this place.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm telling you, I wouldn't mind washing dishes here if I were to eat a dish or two afterwards.
I don't think they gave.
Clark, do you bring some?
Oh, you're disgusting, Clark!
Hey, Renata.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh. Did you know that this one is the oldest restaurant in the world? It's incredible, huh? We're right in the heart of Madrid.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so close to Plaza Mayor. Shall we? Cheers? Okay. Cheers, have a nice time.
Goya.
This was Goya's home when in 1776...
Stop.
Oh, gosh. Is that sound?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Take it easy, Clark.
Okay, shall we take it again, Clark?
Yeah, again.
Okay. This was Goya's home when in 1776...
Stop.
Again. Listen, guys, we don't have enough time, yeah? We need to do something.
Yes.
This was Goya's home when in 1776 he obtained his first permanent position as a painter in the Real Fábrica de Cartones y Tapices, the Royal Tapestry. He was only 30 years old at the time. A year later, his son Anastasio was born here. Okay?
Thank you. You heard.
Yeah, you ready?
Okay.
Again, please.
Filigrana Productions has set up an interview with the Spanish director, Juan Carlos de Garay. We will be discussing the origins of visual sequence art and the cinema to better understand his theory on Los Caprichos by Goya. Gracias, Juan Carlos, por conceder esta entrevista sobre los caprichos de Goya. ¿Empezamos?
Sí, claro.
Bueno, has publicado un ensayo titulado El caprichoso sueño razonado de Francisco de Goya y Lucientes. En este texto hablas sobre la cinematía. ¿Me puedes explicar qué es?
La cinematía. Pues mira, la cinematía es el arte visual secuencial entre las artes plásticas y el cine. En mi ensayo postulo que las estampas que constituyen los caprichos corresponden a una secuencia por medio de un montaje, creando una historia. Si lo vemos con los ojos de hoy, es un cómic, un storyboard. Y que quede claro, también es una película. En los óleos del Maragato, de 1806, se evidencia una clara cinematía. Goya pinta en series para narrar una historia en imágenes secuenciales. Si estudias los caprichos como series y no como unidades independientes, la cinematía es clara.
En tu ensayo, Juan Carlos, especulas que el orden en que Goya publicó y numeró los caprichos no es el correcto. ¿Es eso verdad?
Esto que voy a decir es una teoría. En mi opinión, Goya desordena su obra porque tiene la amenaza de la Santa Inquisición. Yo creo que el orden correcto se organiza en 4 escalones que representan las 4 furias. Pero esto solo Goya podría verificarlo.
En tu ensayo, Juan Carlos, hablas sobre el mito de Tántalo, The Tantalus of Tantalus. ¿Por qué?
Porque el mito de Tántalo representa la descomposición. Esto, además, justificaría que el orden de la primera publicación no fuera el correcto.
Juan Carlos, dime, ¿existe un interés por la magia negra en los caprichos?
Claro que sí. Goya refleja su época y las supersticiones que marcaron su edad. Hace una crítica de ellas, y esto lo desarrolla en las pinturas negras. Luego están los que relacionan a Goya con los nuevos adamitas, también.
¿Verdad? ¿Los nuevos adamitas?
Sí, una secta cuyos orígenes se remontan a la Edad Media, que asegura que los caprichos son ilustraciones de su Biblia, el Adamus Muris.
¿Adamus Muris?
Efectivamente. El texto original, desgraciadamente, se perdió en el incendio de la Biblioteca Central de Múnich en 1921. Asmodeo, varias veces representado por Goya, representa para los adamitas el demonio de la sensualidad y el furor. Convocarlo es buscar la inmortalidad.
¿Y tú crees que existe una relación entre esta secta y Goya?
Es difícil decirlo sin haber estudiado el Adamus Muris, pero en principio a mí me parece que no.
Muy bien, entonces, Juan Carlos, según tu punto de vista, podríamos decir que Los Caprichos es una obra que está mal interpretada.
Los Caprichos es una obra que se adelantó 100 años a su tiempo, en la introducción de lo que hoy consideramos recursos cinematográficos, como es el montaje de acción y reacción. Esto debería considerarse seriamente. Además, Goya desordenó su obra para no ser entendido en su tiempo. Al menos esa es mi sospecha. La historia de Goya aún está por escribirse.
De Garay said something about Los Caprichos that sparked my curiosity. The Adabists believe Los Caprichos were commissioned as illustrations for the Adamus Muris. I'd love to know more about that book. De Garay says that there's no connection between the New Adamists and Los Caprichos and Goya. But then I wonder what motivated Goya to create Los Caprichos. The following is an excerpt of the published announcement in the Diario de Madrid on February 6, 1799. Colección de estampas de asuntos caprichosos inventadas y grabadas al aguafuerte por Don Francisco de Goya.
Yo quiero vivir, yo quiero cruzar, hacer esas cosas que tú haces con normalidad. Yo quiero vivir, yo quiero cruzar, hacer esas cosas que tú haces con normalidad. En la calle yo vivo, en la calle yo vivo, en la calle yo vivo, ¿tú dónde estás? Y en la calle yo vivo, en la calle yo vivo, en la calle yo vivo, ¿tú dónde estás? Yo quiero vivir, yo quiero cruzar, hacer esas cosas que tú haces con normalidad.
Vendas en la calle del Desengaño, número 1, tienda de perfumes y licores, pagando por cada colección de 80 estampas, 820 reales. Between 1819 and 1823, Goya produced a series of mural paintings on the walls of his home, known as the Black Paintings. His residency was nicknamed Deaf Man's Cottage due to his complete deafness at this period. The paintings were made out of his own will, not commissioned. The content of these paintings are sorcery, violence, and irrationality. They were a precursor and influence upon modern art. El aquelarre, or el gran cabrón, and Asmodea represent the demon of furor and sensuality in the Avesta. Saturno and Judith and Holofernes correspond to Tantalus in Los Caprichos. They were kept at the deaf man's cottage until its last owner, Baron F.E. Derlonger, had them transferred from the walls to canvases with the help of El Prado in 1874 and shipped to Paris in 1878 to the Exposition Universelle. They were later to be donated to El Prado, ending Goya's dream to maintain a museum at the deaf man's cottage. They contained deep, dark, mysterious, symbolic messages. And we can also appreciate that in their etchings.
Bueno, a mí siempre Goya me ha impresionado mucho desde hace muchos años porque lo vi yo un pintor ultramoderno.
Indiscutiblemente es un genio. Indiscutiblemente es un genio.
Y este Goya pues tiene la suerte, yo diría, la inteligencia, el genio de haberse adelantado a su propio tiempo.
Porque transforma la visión que tenían antes del arte. Y a partir de Goya se crea una nueva forma de ver y entender.
Es cierto que la Inquisición empezó en el siglo XVI, pero también es cierto que no fue tan negativa como había sido anteriormente en otros países. Y aquí en España, por ejemplo, durante la Edad Media no hubo manera de que hubiera una Inquisición desarrollada. Solamente cuando vinieron los reyes católicos a finales del XV, principios del XVI, se estableció la verdadera Inquisición. Cuando ya en Europa se había terminado con la Inquisición, pues aquí empezó la Inquisición. Y entonces, a partir de ahí, había, yo diría, una cosa difícil de entender hoy en día, que es, por un lado, había la represión, pero por otro lado es verdad que a los artistas, a los literatos y a los místicos, pues se les dejó libertad para que pudieran expresar lo que ellos sentían, lo que ellos vivían.
Tántalo está muy claro en el significado, es la avaricia, la representación de la avaricia. Al igual que en Gracián, Goya toca el tema de Tántalo, con el mismo sentido que tiene en Gracián, la persona que es una avariciosa. El que es un avaricioso se roba a sí mismo. En los Caprichos, el mito de Tántalo está para exponernos precisamente aquel que se dedica a acumular experiencias ajenas y no las pone en funcionamiento, no las utiliza, se roba a sí mismo en ellas. Consecuentemente, él tiene a sus pies la verdad muerta.
Yo creo que él, bueno, era un hombre quizás no excesivamente cristiano, pero tampoco anticristiano, ni mucho menos. Y dentro del cristianismo tampoco estaba en contra de algo que se había vivido en España y que lo he dicho yo antes, que fue el siglo de oro. De manera que en realidad creo yo que es exagerado el tenerle como hereje.
Eso que producen los monstruos, cuando la razón está dormida y llevamos a un mundo de intereses. Eso entraríamos en un género sueños dentro de los Caprichos, en donde el máximo exponente serían las brujas.
De la magia, de las cosas extrañas, pues no era nada más que lo que cada uno de nosotros nos pasa en los sueños.
Hay mucha gente que dice que existe un orden distinto al publicado por Goya. Desde principios de siglo se está repitiendo esto una y otra vez. La idea que se da es para que Goya no fuese perseguido, no fuese entendido, etc. Yo no lo creo. Para mí el orden de los Caprichos es justo el que tiene, porque es el que responde al guión tomado de Saavedra Fajardo. Pensar en un montaje cinematográfico antes de existir cine es un absurdo. El artista solo lo que hace es crear a partir de lo que él tiene y de la tradición que tiene. Puede llegar a una visión nueva de la imagen, como hace Goya. Introducir la instantánea, el acotamiento espacial y temporal, eso lo hace Goya. Haber descubierto lo que sería la imagen fotográfica 30 años antes de la fotografía. Indiscutiblemente eso lo hace. Ahora, de ahí pasar a un encadenamiento de fotografías, bien, si lo ponemos en relación con los ensayos precinematográficos que había en la época, muy bien, perfecto. Ahora, si lo vemos desde el punto de vista de que Goya se está montando una película, como estamos acostumbrados hoy en día en verlo, absurdo, totalmente.
¿Qué sabe usted sobre la secta de los adamitas?
Nada.
Bueno, esta es una antigua secta que pensaba en que había que volver, lo que yo recuerdo, que había que volver a Adán, por eso se llamaban adamitas, ¿no?
Yo lo siento, pero nos van a cerrar.
Una pregunta más, por favor.
Incluso, pues parece ser que tenían costumbres de desnudez, y todo esto, claro, pues eran cosas extrañas, ciertamente que ni la Iglesia ni el buen sentido, me parece a mí, podían aceptar.
¿Usted ha oído hablar del libro Adamos Muris? Si es así, ¿qué exactamente?
No, son de estas cosas que no he oído.
Muchas gracias.
This is la Calcografía Nacional, founded in 1789. Inside are the original plates used to reproduce Los Caprichos.
We have traveled to San Francisco, California, searching for different opinions on Goya's work and influence. After the interview with Peter, I asked him about some mysterious graffiti we've seen throughout San Francisco that caught my eye. The symbol represents the Adamos Muris. It seems the Adamists approve research into human cloning and that they are sponsored by corporate companies throughout the world. No one knows where they hide. Many of the images I've seen throughout San Francisco remind me of Los Caprichos. A man in North Beach offered to read my future. I'd rather not say what it is. His name is Ananda.
A genius. Someone whose mind works faster than its body. Most people would be born geniuses. But I think geniuses are basically people who have divine input. Sacrifice means to give something up or to make an offering. Ritual is something that you do repetitively. And myth is something that you're not quite sure of. These are tales and stories that have been passed down, but sometimes they get watered down.
Ananda introduced me to an Adamist priest, Bra. He refused to speak about the sect. Instead, he spoke about Goya and his thoughts.
A whim is that part of your mental, emotional, and physical life that causes you to do something that is instinctive and spontaneous. But it also means whimsical. It means that there's a sense of humor inside of it. And this humor doesn't come necessarily from you. It can also come from nature and from God. Superstition is like gossiping. It's pretending to know what you do not know. Superstition is not knowledge. What is a demon? Well, we can talk about it, we can describe it, but not till you've experienced it will you ever know. I have attended 4 exorcisms. But when Goya was possessed by the duende, the true spirit of the Spanish soil that rose up into him, when he understood inside his heart through his own experience of life and death. Then he got on his knees and painted with horrible bitumen blacks. And that was Duende. And you see it in those last paintings. A man who lived his whole life to create art. And in the end, he did not possess the art possessed him. 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 The art possessed him.
I founded BioClone in 1975 and work in conjunction with NASA, the aerospace company. My essay is called The Tantalize of Tantalus, and it was published in 1976. I was frustrated with the direction my field was headed and believed, still do, that we have much to learn about DNA. Tantalus, well, because it's similar to the Greek myth. Tantalus shares the ambrosia with the common people, and so do I. I recombine DNA strands to investigate hereditary diseases. And now I'm working with NASA to explore the effects of the human body in space for extended periods of time. I think one day man will adapt to space. Goya, yes, of course. The black paintings and those Caprichos. Did you know Capriccio number 9 is called Tantalus? Now there was a brave man and a hero. Not like today, we're all cowards. The new atomists. I may have heard a thing or two about the new atomists, but not much really. Adamus Morris, I'm sorry, I'm a biologist. I don't know anything about that. Listen, I have to get going. There's nothing else I know. I'm sorry, but I'm under contract. Good luck on your documentary. Sure, I'd like to be a part of the panel on the origins of the cinema.
Tántalo. Mr. Tyler explained to me the myth of Tantalus. He dismembered his own son, Pelops, to feed it to the gods, just like Goya dismembered his own creation, Los Caprichos, to feed it to the king. That's what de Garay was telling me. He believes Los Caprichos' authentic order to be Goya's critical view on vice and human follies.
Good afternoon. This is Kurt Johnson reporting live in front of the Hollywood Channel Headquarters Center, where a man was gunned down in front of a multitude of witnesses. The man killed was Sancho Tyler, a geneticist working for NASA under a classified project for the Research and Development Program. Sources claim this man had interrupted the talk program and attempted to explain a de facto truth and revelation that he believed must be exposed, when an unidentified male from behind the scenes shot him in cold blood. The assailant fled the scene undetected, leaving police and authorities baffled. The following footage was captured by eyewitness at the scene.
Listen to me, all of you. Listen, we're all in danger.
Authorities are asking for assistance and information to help solve this bizarre case. This is Kurt Johnson reporting, KITV, Channel 4 News.
Brad told us that the New Adamists are to perform a ritual on the summer equinox on June 21st. We know it takes place somewhere in North Africa, and that a human sacrifice is supposed to be performed. By recording this event, we are breaking our vow of silence. Who knows, maybe I can find some relation between Goya and the New Adamists. Clark. It's been a month since we've interviewed the new Adamist priest. If anything were to happen, this camera is going to be our black box.
I wonder if human meat is as tender as veal. What do you think, Renata?
Ask me after the ritual, Clark.
Look!
What?
Look, stop!
What?
Stop.
What? What's wrong?
Look at that.
Where?
Go a bit further. Go a bit further.
Wait. There.
Oh,
Look
Clark,
at that.
Can you stop it?
Look.
What's
What
that?
is it now?
God. Look at that. This.
Let's get out. Come on, let's get
Yeah?
out. What's that?
It's a stone bridge.
You want a cherry? Come here.
This is it, man.
Clark, we found it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is it here what
Yes.
the part is going to be?
Oh yes.
Really?
Oh yes. Okay, we're on the right track. Man. This is gonna lead us to some place. I know it. I feel it. Don't you feel it?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
We are so close to the Adamist. I know it, man.
I'm scared now.
The Adamist name derives from the Hebrew word for man, Adam. The sect sprung up around the year 2 AD in opposition to the Bible's holy scriptures and reached their zenith in the beginning of the 17th century in Europe. The Adamists are also known as brothers and sisters of the free spirit. They believe the Holy Spirit can free them from sin. The sect's main concern is attaining immortality through human sacrifice in the name of Asmodeo, the demon of fury and sensuality. The sect resurfaced in the 20th century. The new Adamists swear they hold the original text, the Adamos Muris, and that Goya had access to it. What is not clear is whether Goya was a member or commissioned by them to illustrate Los Caprichos. One of their theories is that in Genesis the word Elohim was incorrectly translated to God, when it really means divinities that came from the sky. The new Adamists believe pyramids and castles to be communication portals with extraterrestrials, and assure to now have accomplished immortality through cloning on Earth by direct contact with divinities from the sky. Most members are wealthy and affluent people in society. The new Adamists seek contact for one reason: immortality.
Shit! We lost. We're gonna be late, Renata.
Clark,
Not my fault.
calm down, please. We're gonna find our way.
Maybe you can ask the Adamists for directions, huh?
Did you lock the car? Come on, let's have a cold shower. Always working, huh?
I didn't sign up to be here, Otto. Stop it.
Hey, Renata. Are you gonna share your room with me?
Shut up, Clark.
That was all the material that we were able to recover and reconstruct from the 3 journalists that traveled and disappeared in North Africa in search of the Adamos Muris. Unfortunately, their whereabouts are still unknown. While Los Caprichos by Francisco de Goya remain an enigma, Juan Carlos de Garay has opened a window of opportunity to decipher this masterpiece. Thank you for joining us here at the origins of the cinema.
Oh, Tantalus, Tantalus, have we not heard the same story? Why did you dismember your son, offering him to the gods, the feast of your creation? Was I a toy of our society in time?
Oh, good morning. Oh, how are you, my friend?
Fine, and you?
Good. Please take a seat.
Thank you, thank you.
Now tell me, how was the Genius Conference in San Francisco?
It was great, because it was fully attended again, and I have you to thank for that. You made the dream a reality for the sponsors.
But anything innovating?
Well, I met some interesting people, and I did an interview on video about the genius of Goya. And they invited me to appear on a TV talk show called The Origin of the Cinema on the 3rd of September. What do you think? Well, we'll talk later.
I decided to take matters into my own hands.
He better not know about XYZ2, Dorado.
I was working on XYZ1.
Come in. That is strange to see you with a video camera. Are you going to make now movies at your age, or what?
It's never too late. All you need is a revelation.
Hold it. I copied all the information pertaining to the budget on this disc for you.
Will you be working late tonight?
Not too late, but please take this disc and inform me of the budget balance report of the year before we send it to Washington.
Of course. Well, I'll see you later.
Fine. Okay.
The time was ripe to reveal the truth. What could they want with my genetic recombination project? A perfect race of clones and slaves? A hybrid between humans and chimpanzees. Project XYZ2 was meant to copy my DNA code to colonize Mars by mass cloning my superhuman. I had long ceased to be a new atomist, and now I understood Mr. Dorato's intention. He wanted immortality. I must find and destroy XYZ2. I hid with my wife, Linda, and Adam, the 3-year-old Superboy. He is Project XYZ1. I know I must kill him, but I cannot.
Yeah, this is a private party.
Stay calm. Come with us.
Where do you think you're going, you stupid mother? Oh, God!
We have clear orders from Dr. Gold.
If this is the price I must pay, I will reveal the truth on the show The Origins of the Cinema.
What kind of fucking magician are you anyway?
I'm not hungry.
That can't be healthy. Try to eat something.
I said I'm not hungry.
All right. I'll leave it there for you then. I'm going to sleep.
I love you, Linda. Please understand that I must do this. Thank you for all the happiness we've shared together. By the time you read these words, I have long expired. This is my story, and the truth behind XYZ2. I share it with you, the ambrosia.
We are here. The ritual is tonight. Good luck, guys. Those are the 80 caprichos. All of them. And they are in 4 rows. What are they going to do? What is it? Oh my God, I'm going to do. Esquila, oh my God. Burning the Caprichos. Why?
Speed, scene 92, take 3.
Speed. Action. Yeah. When you get in, he's with the gun. Controls. Let's do it in the reverse. From the movement of them.
I took his antlers out for another. It's alright.
Here. Nice stop here. I do that and it's yeah, we have to move that and to leave it intact. My wife yeah. Thanks.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but you have your body guard there who is making the hand to take the gun, but he doesn't do that because he did before.
Right. So where are my bodyguards then? They are standing here next to me?
Yeah. This side. Scott, you are here. Okay, let's rehearse. We're going to do this in slow motion.
Okay, yeah. But just I'm watching this, yes? Number one.
Yes.
Okay.
We are watching the
interview.
interview.
Suddenly I look a little bit
and the door open.
Yes, okay.
And these marvelous guys from the Wonderland are right here.
Okay. What are you doing here?
Don't play games with me.
Okay, I want all of you to be in a cycle movement with him.
Oh yeah. Chasing him towards here, yeah?
Yeah.
Walking towards, he's going backwards and he's
But this is the
following
first
him,
position where we start this movement of cycle. They're going to be this. Okay?
Okay.
And you don't hear, not in the dark.
Yeah.
You don't hear, and after you go to the dark.
Okay.
But use the light
Follow the course.
from here.
You're on the door. I'm gonna move in.
Yes. 2, 1, action!
Tyler! What are you doing here?
Don't play games with me.
Y va a coger el micro. Va a coger el micro para hablar y va a enseñar aquí que es un plátano. Y vas a estar tú allí desde el frente. ¿Vale?
Entonces así va a ser. Aquí, 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 aquí.
Y hay una panorámica desde allí hasta aquí.
Ok. Luego me quedo aquí hasta acá. ¿O no? Aquí voy a quedar.
Ahí, ahí, antes de la luz.
Entonces muevo de aquí hasta acá.
Sí. Sí.
Ok.
Y ahí le sigue, te quedas con él, enseñará que aquí que es un plátano y aquí es cuando le matarán y él cae. Pero tú te vas a quedar con el plano estático, pero él desaparece el plano.
Ok.
¿Vale?
¿Con cuál lente quieres?
We do it with the camera. We do a second. Wait.
Fabián, aquí abajo, ¿no?
Sí. Give me the photo.
Son vídeos.
Oh, I like the A.
John, please.
Okay, I hope you can take him.
Come on, you guys ready?
Your hands should be very still.
Yeah, they're a little back. Get your hand down the shot.
Let's go down a little.
Hurry. He's with me.